Guy to my left probably anticipated some extra reps with an off day tomorrow. Taylor Rapp joining us here on the show. Good to have you, Taylor. Why don't we start there? You know, you kind of had a weekend session Friday night in front of the Bills fans for the first time. You know, your first exposure to that in a stadium setting, I guess I should say, because you've had them out here at training camp. What was that like, getting on the turf for the first time, you know, kind of suiting out?
Yeah, I mean, just an electric atmosphere. You know, Bills Mafia was in full effect Friday night, and so that was kind of my first time seeing them, you know, in real action in Highmark. So just an electric night. First 2 weeks of camp, kind of ramping up to that first scrimmage, kind of, you know, I guess a little more pads popping, a little more energy, a little more juice flowing in the stadium. So it was just good getting there and get those pregame routines going and stuff like that.
Right. Give us an idea of where's camp at right now. You're ramping up now. This next week, at the end of the week, Saturday, you got a game.
Yeah.
Kind of installs, kind of well into it now. You're getting into the install. How percentage of the plays you've got in? Give us an idea of where camp is, where the team is right now, as far as the defensive install, offensive install.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it. You know, this was kind of, I guess, just kind of, you know, we already installed basically everything in OTAs as well, and kind of, you know, we picked it up running hot, started training camp. So I think that really that first week we kind of basically threw our full package, you know, 80-90% of what we have in the system, and just building off of that great offseason that we had. Like you said, you know, we're leading up, ramping back up. You know, obviously Friday we just had the scrimmage, and just ramping back up this week and make sure we have a great week of work. But also, you know, preparing for that first preseason game on Saturday.
How much are you looking forward to seeing a different color jersey out there and playing against somebody besides your own teammates, where you can really kind of let it go a little bit, if you will?
Definitely. You know, I think from just this practice, you can already tell. You know, everyone's craving a little more contact, craving a little more. Live action, you know, like we said, Friday night we got, you know, a few live reps and a little more pads popping, but I guess in my 4 years with the Rams, we always did joint practices, but we don't do joint practices here, and so just be able to get that kind of more juice and more action, and going up against someone who you haven't gone up every single day at training camp. You know, I think everyone's craving, itching for that contact against another color, against another team.
Tell us about how's it coming with you fleshing out a role for yourself, a spot, in the backfield in your defensive back room?
Yeah, I mean, all I can do is control what I can control, and just show the coaches, show the organization that I can be a versatile piece, that I can be used in different ways. And at the end of the day, it's all about just winning and getting to that, the Super Bowl, getting over the hump, that the Bills need to get over. And, like I said, at the end of the day, I just want to be a puzzle piece in that, wherever I can fit, whether it's special teams, whether it's some sub packages, different roles, whatever the coaches ask me to do. All I can do, like I said, is just show that I can be a versatile piece, that I can be used in multiple ways, and that's all I can do. But just looking forward to helping the team out in any way possible.
Yeah, I mean, in LA, you had more of a defined role. Like, this is what I'm doing in this defense. Here, without getting into too much detail, it looks like you could potentially be a chess piece for Coach McDermott to move around in some various roles. How does that change your weekly preparation? Knowing the role could be different week to week. It might be multiple even within a singular game plan.
Right.
Like this series, all right, Taylor, you're going to be doing this. You're over here now. Yeah. Like, how does your mind work to get you ready knowing the roles could be multiple?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. I think it's one thing to be difficult physically, but the mental aspect of it too is I would say just as big of a part, just because me playing multiple positions, even in training camp, me starting out one position and then finishing another position, going back to another position within one period, it's tough mentally just because you got to fully switch your mindset. Just because different positions obviously require different mindsets, require different technique, require different plays, all that stuff. So I would say it's a lot mentally. And go ahead.
I was going to say, so to follow up on that, like there might be one or two roles that you feel more comfortable with already. So have the coaches encouraged you, like, hey, if you need more reps in this role, let us know so we can get them for you? Is there that kind of feedback?
Yeah. It's ongoing communication. I don't even know what my role is going to be in defense, and I'm not even sure the coaches know either. So just having that ongoing conversation, ongoing dialogue with the coaches, and it helps out in training camp because we have so many reps and walkthroughs as well, where I can focus in, hone in on one position in a walkthrough. And then the next day kind of switch my mindset and learn another position, or vice versa, one position for practice and then switching my mindset for the walkthrough at a later evening. So, it's just great work. And I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, we kind of take for granted that if it's hard to come out and compete, you're trying to compete to get on the field, and it's hard to do that when you're going to have to learn Micah Hyde's spot, Jordan Poyer's spot, a nickel corner spot, or maybe even Will. All this stuff that you could go in and do. Does it make it hard to compete in free and easy when you do have to switch your entire mindset in one period to the next?
Yes, I would say so, just because I can't really master one position, and you kind of get an overlooking at a little bit of intro and basic at all the positions, and
kind of a big picture thing.
Picture thing, and I was just it's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have. I'm not complaining about it, but I would definitely say it's tough for me to kind of hone in on one position and try to master my craft at one position. But I know it's all about the process, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. All I can try to do is improve one day at a time, and just get better at each position one day at a time. That's it.
At the same time, you're kind of a new guy getting dropped into a back seven that for the most part has been together for several years, and in those differing roles you have to play off of different guys.
Yeah.
How is that element going in terms of, hey, when I line up with Tyrell or I line up with Matt, I know what to expect now because I've gotten enough reps with him, but maybe I could get some more reps with this guy to feel more comfortable going forward. How is that playing off one another? How is that going?
Yeah. I mean, that dynamic is definitely, one thing that's been interesting, just because, I'm in training camp. I'm going in with sometimes with the ones, sometimes with twos, sometimes with the threes at different positions. And so, Coach Butler, he always talks about, in meetings, overemphasizing communication, because, one snap I'm going to be in with, some different corners, some different linebackers and stuff like that. So you're just trying to build the chemistry with the whole entire defense. And, I think that's what all training camp is about. That's what, us coming to Rochester, coming and spending time here at St. John Fisher, getting away from, all the external stuff, all the outside noise, and just building that bond and chemistry, just because, I really think that bond and chemistry throughout a whole back, the whole 11, but especially the back seven, in coverage and in communication is so important. So that's what all, being here at Rochester is all about, building that chemistry, building that bond with everyone. Yeah,
you talk about the reps, and, it seems at training camp you're going rep after rep, but there's only so many reps, and you can only take them one at a time, right? Yeah. And so there's only so many you can get. Where have you taken the least amount of reps? I mean, where
I don't even think I could tell you. I don't even think I could tell you.
Quarterback, left tackle. I'm supposed you probably have taken one or two. But Mike, when you came here, where's the spot that they got you playing that you haven't really had any experience playing, if there is one?
Yeah, I mean, I would say kind of just that sub package, that that will nickel position, the big nickel position, I guess, and big dime position, linebacker, will, whatever. I got a little taste of that in LA, but obviously different system, different defensive plays and stuff, and a little more different technique, but I definitely feel a little more comfortable, obviously, at the safety positions, just because I kind of have that background in safety, playing my whole career, and then So definitely, that nickel, I guess, big nickel position, that dime will linebacker.
All right, we've talked enough football. Steve's a dog guy. I'm a dog guy. I read you and your wife rescued 2 dogs from China and Korea.
Oh, yeah.
I know they come, a lot of rescue dogs come from different places. We get a lot of them up here in Western New York that get shipped up from Alabama or down south somewhere. Did you have to go over there and bring them back yourselves? How did that all work? Because I was like, man, that's doing some good work there. Halfway around the world, you're pulling your dogs back?
So,
2 dogs.
2 dogs. So our first one, we rescued our first one, Ollie, our boy dog from China, actually. So from this organization, Bunny's Buddies. If everyone, on social media, they're on Instagram.
Okay.
Shout out Bunny's Buddies. So BUNNYS and then Buddies.
Okay.
At Bunny's Buddies on Instagram. We've been following this organization for a while. They rescue all kinds of dogs, not only golden retrievers from Asia, so from China, Korea, South Korea, and then like I said, our first dog, Ollie. I think that was my second year in the league. We actually got it, I think, 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of our, I guess, Christmas present to my girlfriend at the time. To each other, and it's just been amazing, taking him in and, what he's come from and stuff like that. And, him just relearning to be a dog again. We got him at, I think, 2.5 years old. And it's almost like he's still a puppy. And now he's almost 5. And he's still a puppy because he's learning, all that, the real dog, all it takes to be a dog. And then our second one,
number 2,
Maya, we actually got from South Korea last off season. So we welcome both of them, and they've been amazing additions. We love them.
Well, they keep the wives company when you're on a road trip.
Exactly.
What I mean?
My wife's back in OP right now.
Thing,
Yeah. With the dogs. They're awesome.
That's great.
Thanks for coming by, Taylor.
Yeah, thanks for
luck.
having me
Stay in
on.
one piece, man. Play well.
Appreciate
Stay
you
healthy,
guys.
all right? Good luck this season.
Thank you guys so much.
That's Taylor Rapp joining us here on One Bills Live.